Menopause is not the problem. Perimenopause is the problem. Menopause is only one day of your life. It is the day that you've gone 12 months, a full year, without a period. Perimenopause is all the nonsense and frustration leading up to menopause. Perimenopause can last 10, 12, 15 years. It can start in our 30s. It can start in our 40s. It can last through our 50s, up into our 60s. That's why everything is so confusing, but I'm here to set the record straight. I'm Krista. I'm a women's health nurse practitioner. I've been caring for women for more than 20 years, and I am perimenopausal too. And I am here to try to sort all of this chaos and noise for you. Okay, perimenopause. Perimenopause is confusing because it is very mild at first, and then it becomes really difficult over time. You can still have regular periods. That's very confusing. You can still have normal labs. Also very confusing. Let's talk about it. So, perimenopause is when things start to change ever so slightly. Your estrogen and your progesterone start to be a little bit out of whack. Nothing major, just a little bit. This creates lots of symptoms. But if you draw labs, they're going to be normal because you're still overall having a monthly cycle or close to a monthly cycle. It may not be perfect, but if you draw labs during this period of time, they're almost always going to be normal. It's those little changes back and forth that we start to have symptoms with, okay? You get dismissed during this period. You go to your doctor, they're like, oh, you're too young. You're not there yet. You're still having your monthly cycles, and they draw your labs and they say your labs are normal. And they say, oh, you're not having hot flashes yet, so it's too soon. Let's be real. Symptoms are real. You're not too young, and things are happening. And you can get help. You can absolutely get help. We'll get there. Okay. Symptoms. You don't have to have hot flashes to have perimenopause. Sometimes it's anxiety. Sometimes it's brain fog. Sometimes it starts as just like being irritable, arguing with your husband, arguing with your children. I know for me, I literally argued with everyone all in one morning, even the dog, and then cried all the way to work. That was the final straw for me. But you can have trouble sleeping, waking up at 3 a.m. You can have weight gain all of a sudden when nothing in your life changed, but suddenly you put on a little bit of weight and you can't get rid of it like you used to. It will not budge. That is a perimenopause symptom. Just feeling like you're off. You just don't feel like yourself anymore. One of my symptoms was I fell like 3 times in 2 weeks. I fell at the airport over my luggage. Yes, people saw me, friends saw me, my children saw me. It was great. I fell up the stairs at the movie theater. So I don't really know what happened there, but I spilled my drink. It was bad. For everyone, symptoms are very, very different, just like my symptoms were very different. So you're not going to have the same symptoms as your friend or your mom or your neighbor, but just know that your symptoms are real and you do always have the option to be treated. You can wait. You don't have to do anything. You can try supplements. You can try other means. Obviously, good, healthy diet and exercise are always the answer. The takeaway is that you don't have to wait to get help. You don't have to have abnormal labs, and you don't have to have abnormal periods. You can get help now. Because of the fluctuation of our hormones, the solution is to stabilize our hormones with hormones. Hormones, for the majority of people, are safe and are very, very effective. Lots of different forms of hormones. They are all bioidentical at this point. Even the things that you get from Walgreens and Walmart and your local pharmacy are bioidentical. You don't have to go to a clinic where you have spit tests and cheek swabs and lots of detailed labs and expensive creams and gels, you can absolutely go to your OBGYN, go to your primary care doctor, make sure they have the latest information and the latest recommendations. And you can have an appointment that your insurance pays for, and you can get medication from your pharmacy that your insurance will pay for. It doesn't have to be a money grab. You don't have to take supplements. You don't have to take all these natural things, but you get to choose. You can do whatever path you want. But with that path, I want you to also consider your long-term health and well-being. It's important to catch these symptoms early and get treatment early, because years of hormone fluctuation and lack of hormones can lead to lower bone density, increased cholesterol, and dementia or cognitive decline. So it's important not that we just have symptoms and that we fix our symptoms and that we feel better. That is absolutely important. But it's also important to consider our long-term health and well-being, our longevity, and our quality of life long-term as well. So the takeaway is perimenopause is part of life. We're all going to go through it in some degree, right? Some people have mild, some people will have really bad symptoms. Suffering is not required and it's not recommended. I don't recommend you suffer. I recommend you get some help. Whatever that looks like for you, you get to choose. Education is everything. Education is the trick. Education is the answer. Good, quality, evidence-based information, not fear-based information, not money grab information, real information. That is the answer. Take care.